This is the Yamaha NMAX. It's a 125cc scooter, and currently it's Britain's best-selling power two-wheeler of 2021. But now it's got a bit of a fight in its hands because this has just turned up. The 2021 Honda PCX 125. These scooters are consistently at the top of the sales charts, and with good reason. 125cc, that means you can ride them on an A1 license, or if you've done your CBT, you can ride them on L plates. They're good value. Just over £3,000 gets you one of these, and they'll take you to work and back, probably as cheap as anything else out there. Probably the main reason that these two new models have been updated for this year is because of the Euro 5 emissions rules. Now, that might not mean a lot to us, and we don't need to go into it, but what it does mean is that they've both got new or updated engines at their hearts. Both are really easy to ride. They've got twist and go transmissions. They've both got traction control, which gives you a nice element of security, especially in the wet conditions. In terms of performance, they're quite similar to each other. The Yamaha actually makes a little bit less power, 0.2 horsepower, which is absolutely nothing. But it's got some technology called VVT, variable valve timing. And what that means is that inside the engine, the camshaft, the thing that delivers the power profile, alters depending on whether you're at low RPM or high RPM. And what that means is that marginally, off the line, the Yamaha's a little bit quicker away from the lights. But it's negligible, and in terms of top speed when they're both going, they're both quite happy sitting about 60 miles an hour. Both of these machines are really economical. You're looking at about 130 miles to the gallon with both of them. The Honda, which has got a brand new engine for this iteration, is a little bit more economical. They claim 133 miles to gallon, and it's also got a 1 litre bigger fuel tank. But both bikes, really economical, and you're not going to be stopping at the petrol station every 5 minutes. With the older models, you tended to find that they had a bit more character all of their own. The Yamaha was a bit sportier, a bit faster, and it handled a little bit better, whereas the Honda was a little bit more practical, a little bit more comfortable. But actually, it's almost like Yamaha have brought their model closer to the Honda, and the Honda's a little bit closer to the Yamaha. And they're very, very similar in the riding experience. So when you get on board, they do feel a little bit different. The Honda, I found, has a little bit more of a sculpted seat to it, and the riding position feels you're a little bit more perched on it, whereas with the Yamaha, you feel like you're sitting in it. And I think the Yamaha, for me, definitely has a more comfortable, flatter seat. I like the riding position on both, but again, if you're thinking of buying one of these, try before you buy, sit on it at the dealership and see which one works best for you. One of the great things about scooters is that you are able to store stuff under the seat, and this is invaluable if you're using your bike to commute. The PCX is super practical. Honda say that it's 30.4 litres, and that is enough to put your crash helmet, or you can get a couple of bags of shopping as well. It's really practical. The Yamaha also has under-seat storage, but it's not quite as big. And where I never really had a problem getting any helmets under the PCX seat, I got to admit there were some helmets that we tried that we couldn't quite get under the seat on the NMAX. So having spent a couple of days with these, it's absolutely crystal clear why these sell in such vast numbers. They are brilliant, easy to ride, affordable. In terms of price, the Honda has a small advantage. £3,169 for that, against £3,400 for the Yamaha. But being major manufacturers, they're able to offer finance deals, and they're advertising them at less than £50 a month. So if you're thinking of switching from public transport to motorcycling, it may well be that you find that you actually save some money by taking the scooter. So which one should you choose? The million-dollar question. The truth is, you pick any one of these, you're on to a winner. They're both fantastic. I think that the Yamaha's a little bit more comfortable, and I think that the Honda's a little bit more practical. I have my own preference, but if the Honda wasn't available, I'd be more than happy to ride off on the Yamaha. They really are that close. So it might come down to which one you like the look of the most, which one you prefer the colour of, or be frank, which one's actually in stock, because when these things land on a dealership floor, they don't stay there very long. We're off to have one last blast on these two. Remember, caranash.com, we've got reviews on all the latest bikes and scooters. Head over there, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.